What will Donald Trump's foreign policy be in 2025 and beyond? On January 20th, Donald Trump was sworn in for a second term as the 47th President of the United States. Many around the world are asking, what will Trump's foreign policy look like this time? During his first term, Trump's foreign policy was defined by a quote unquote America First doctrine emphasizing nationalism, economic self-interest, and renegotiation of international agreements. His rhetoric and actions often spark global controversy, from withdrawing from key alliances to imposing trade tariffs. Trump's unconventional style both by his supporters and criticized by his detractors is likely to continue shaping his approach to international relations in his second term. In one of the most unconventional foreign policy moves, Trump floated the idea of buying Greenland from Denmark. Greenland's strategic location in the Arctic, alongside with its natural resources, was a key motivator. Trump justified the proposal as a national security necessity to counter growing Russia and Chinese activity in the Arctic. However, the suggestion was met with international confusion with strong rejection from Denmark, a NATO ally. Danish officials, including a member of the European Parliament, Andersens Vistingtens, reacted harshly, with one even stating, Mr. Trump, quote, fuck off. While the idea was dismissed as impractical, it underscored Trump's interest in geopolitics and Greenland's growing strategic importance in a warming world. On January the 23rd, at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, Trump suggested Canada could become a 51st state to avoid a looming 25% tariff on imports. Although annexing Canada was never a formal policy, Trump's aggression use of tariffs during his first term strained US Canada relations and fueled speculations. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, in response, stated that all options, quote, are on the table, including Canada's quote unquote nuclear option of cutting off oil and gas imports to the United States. Considering that the US imports 58% of its oil from Canada, such a move could force America to turn to countries like Iran, Venezuela, or Iraq, complicating its energy policy. This episode reflects Trump's transactional approach to alliances, prioritizing US interests over traditional partnerships. On December the 21st, 2024, Trump threatened Panama on social media over its control of the Panama Canal, a vital choke point for global trade. Trump criticized Panama's fees on U.S. maritime shipping and suggested taking unilateral action. The Panama Canal is essential for connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, and control over it would provide the U.S. significant leverage over global trade, particularly with China, who is a major user. However, any military action would violate the 1977 treaty, returning the canal to Panama, sparking international condemnation. Panamanian President Jose Raul Mulino firmly rejected the notion, saying, quote, our sovereignty is not negotiable. While some speculated Trump would use sanctions or economic pressure instead of military force, such actions would still escalate tensions in Latin America and strain U.S. Panama relations. On January the 22nd, Trump officially designated Mexican drug cartels as terrorist organizations, expanding U.S. enforcement powers. While the designation signals a strong stance against cartels, many experts argue that cartels differ from terrorist groups because of their violence is mostly profit driven and not politically motivated, such as Al Qaeda and ISIS. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum condemned the designation, framing the cartel crisis as a shared problem fueled over the U.S. demand for drugs and lax gun laws. Quote, we would defend our sovereignty, stated, emphasizing cooperation over unilateral action. However, such a move could profoundly damage US-Mexico relations, violate international law, and provoke retaliation from cartels, including violence against Americans, both in Latin America and in the United States. While addressing the cartel crisis is a legitimate goal, a military solution risks creating more harm than good. A collaborative approach focused on shared responsibility offers a more suitable solution. Donald Trump's foreign policy has always been defined by bold moves, unpredictability, and an America First doctrine that prioritizes economic power and national sovereignty over traditional alliances. From proposing the purchase of Greenland from Denmark, to using tariffs as leverage against Canada, to threaten Panama over the canal. His approach disrupts norms and challenges global diplomacy. His decision to designate Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations highlights his willingness to take drastic measures even at the risk of escalating tensions. While some see his policies as a necessary recalibration of U.S. global influence, others warn they could destabilize key relationships, strain alliances, and lead to unintended conflicts. Whether it's trade, military interventions, or economic pressure, Donald Trump's foreign policy remains rooted in transactionalism and power politics. If his second term follows the same path, the world should be prepared for more disruption, more controversy, and an America that prioritizes dominance over diplomacy.
Welcome everyone to the Chronicles of History. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Trump's foreign policy and want to see more content on history, geopolitics, war, international affairs, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And don't forget to share this video with others who might find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.